Oh, okay. I apologize to the public. We didn't realize that we were on mute, so my apologies. We'll continue, and again, I'm sorry that we just made a little mistake, and I apologize for that. Okay, anything further on the hazardous waste day? And again, I do want to thank the 189 cars that came in and brought their hazardous waste day, and like I said, we're keeping it out of the ground and we're getting rid of it environmentally, so it's a really good thing. And I remember, Stanley, the first year we did it in Haggerty Richards, we had 29 cars or something, we sat there all day, and now it's 189, so it's really grown, and the public is so cooperative and helpful to do.
Very thankful, everybody that, a lot of them, they said, thank you so much for doing this, we missed it last year, and
Yes.
had a lot of junk to get rid of, or some of them said, you know what, I'm surprised I didn't have more.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It's wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Sorry, Dean, anything further? Okay, is there any questions of Dean before we excuse Ted and we look at the bills?
There's
Brian?
severance, isn't there severance?
Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah. First is Brian.
Just a comment, as asked by Ben Burkett to pass on to Dean and his crew there regarding White Church Road. He was very pleased with the work done.
Oh, nice.
I said to pass it on.
That's so nice.
Excellent job.
Yeah, we have to pass on, we can't always just pass on criticisms. We have to pass on when somebody takes the time to thank our staff. It's so important. Carl?
Oh, you haven't forgot about the street by the curling rink there, have you? No. I was questioning that.
Yeah, no, it's still, like I said,
Okay, thank you.
no, we kind of.
Looked after? Okay,
Yeah,
Debbie?
looked after, thanks.
So, Dean, we were chatting earlier about, so the new rules and stuff for, trapping. My dad got a note in the mail saying as of June 1st, you have to register with the ministry. Is that how it works?
The way he had explained it to me is, I do believe, and maybe Brian can kind of help me out with this, that the trapping season is done June 1st for beavers. And anything after that
Okay,
should be contacted, if there's a nuisance beaver on municipal property or whatever, anything after that, he recommends to contact them.
okay,
Because they harvested them, because he said not necessarily in this municipality, but in Renfrew County, there has been a lot of complaints about trappers saying that this is his trap line, but how come this guy was on there and did a nuisance beaver after June 1st, which we can't. So
okay,
that's the reason for them, so he told me to keep track of that, so then they contact them. So it's not, we're doing our due diligence, it's not up to us to
yeah,
do it, it's up to the people that are like doing nuisance beavers or, muskrats, so it's up to them but that's anything after June 1st, because that's within the trapping season.
okay,
So if there is, like I said, nuisance beaver after that, then it's up to the homeowner or
Each individual.
taxpayer, it's not up to the municipality to, trap
Trace
it.
it.
Or
Oh,
trace it,
yeah.
It's up to them, so that's what he had said, and he said he recommends keeping track of it. So that's why I put that on that form, just so then it'll give them an idea to keep track of it.
okay, thank you.
Brian?
Yeah, I'll just add, so I know myself as a registered trapper, any fur that I catch after that deadline, I have to, or keep past that deadline, I have to contact them and I don't get a permit for it. I'm not allowed to hold it
From now on, like?
See, that's where my dad had the issue, right?
from June till October, when the season starts up again, you're not allowed to have that fur unless you have a permit to hold it.
And that's gonna be forever? Is
It
that,
has been all.
Oh, it has been.
Yeah, it has been, but he said to me, like I said, when he contacted me last year, he said it wasn't just, it wasn't our municipality, he said all around Renfrew County, there was people having issues with that. So
okay,
that's why he said that, for to do our due diligence, that's what we should do.
okay,
So he recommended that, so that's why I
you're doing it.
did that until our
Okay.
form.
All right. Anyone else have anything for Dean before we go to the bills and the severance? Okay, we'll do the severance first, Ted, so you can be here and then, okay. So we have in front of us, this is already the one.
Yes, after I did the
Creation of a new lot. Municipal road, did you have a peek at it,
Yes, there is an entrance there already,
okay,
so the entrance has been there for.
doesn't matter, we can close it down if we want.
Yeah,
This is
but
the
it's,
time. It's satisfactory?
it's satisfactory.
Okay. So they're making them do a mitigation for wildland fire, honestly. Another survey, another
concerns.
report. It means they have to hire somebody to go in and tell whether or not this lot created will it be affected by wildland fire risk. So,
Is that often or is that just?
well, that's the new stuff.
New
stuff.
Okay.
We got rid of some of it, but
Isn't there, because there's pine plantation?
there's a pine plantation
That's
and
why they're doing it.
so somebody might buy the lot and build a house and then they're gonna call the municipality and say, look, I'm scared, there's a risk across the road for me and so that's why they're saying they should submit a mitigation plan. Okay, so you're okay with the driveway? How many, is there any, it's very poorly photocopied, so, I don't know, is there any objection, like, what does it say? I don't know.
Sue said we got the photocopier fixed after the blurry stuff.
Okay, so but is there any concerns, because I can't.
Well, the concerns were in the provincial statement number 3, they talked about mineral aggregate resources shall be protected.
Provincial statement number 3, where are you?
Keep flipping, flip the pages. Yeah, where it's number 3, the provincial policy
Okay, I
statement.
got it, no, I got it.
Directly.
No, I'm good. So they do have concerns,
Yeah,
so we should register that and see what they're saying, okay? Development and site alteration should not be permitted. So they're saying they're gonna have to do a study to prove that there's no impact on the natural features and their ecological function. Number 2, they have to provide that the mineral aggregate resources shall be protected. Number 3, development shall generally be directed to areas outside of lands that are unsafe for about this wildland fire. That's number 3. Number 4, development may, however, be permitted if lands with the hazardous forest types of wildland fire where the risk is mitigated in accordance with wildland fire assessment and mitigation standards. So they've got 4 pretty heavy-duty concerns. Okay, now what's the general planning comments? And this is where a small portion
of the severed and a portion of the retained lands are designated mineral aggregate.
yeah, but they're talking about
The property is
significant
also
wildlife.
Affected
Especially
by
deer.
sand and gravel as shown on Schedule B, Map 3, mineral aggregate. No new residential uses are permitted within 300 meters of the mineral aggregate designation. That's the first paragraph.
Okay, and they're saying that the county plan says that they need to do an environmental impact study that demonstrates there'll be no negative impact on the habitat. Oh, wait, however, we're saying that we recommend that the EIS be waived. Well, aren't they smart?
There's
They
only
might-
one
They knew they might
new lot proposed.
upset our council. Okay, portions of the property fall within an area of pine. Well, okay, that's, the owner has submitted a plan, so they've already done that.
Okay.
The severed and retained lands have road frontage on Mass Road and Green, okay, that's the thing.
Your boat must satisfy.
Okay, so it does, you said it does?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's good. They're also affected by the swamp, 120 meter buffer. Okay, how big is it? How big is this lot? Do you know? How much is it? 4 hectares, okay, well, no, they got enough room. Okay, well, they seem to, or they already have put in the significant wildlife. They're waiving the deer stuff. So as far as I'm recommending to council, as far as we're concerned, let's pass it, give them the go. Anybody have any other objections? Okay, you're writing it, Debbie? Thank you.
It's only one.
No, two.
Well, three really.
Three really.
Don't worry, these ones don't give me writer's cramp, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
You got that.
I just read there's 9.88 acres or something.
Yeah, 4 point
Couple
something
of
hectares, you
hectares.
said it.
It's big enough that they shouldn't be concerned about those. All right, motion please on the floor.
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, seconded by Carl Keel, motion to approve severance B 3221.
Discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous, is carried, okay. So, thank you, you have something to give me? Oh, you have it already, good, okay.
Okay, I, Ted Brown, declare pecuniary financial interest with road and general voucher number 05-2021.
All right, so let's go to the road and general voucher. Is there any comments or questions on any of the bills? Carol?
22836.
22836.
One of our staff.
Oh, that's the work boot allowance.
All work
Okay.
boot allowed, okay? Anything else, Carl?
Nope, that's it.
Brian?
22893.
893?
Clarence Sabolsky. Is that Beaver?
Yeah, Clarence Polsky. What's that? Beaver?
Can't be Beaver, so,
Bill
It's not-
15820.
158.20.
Would it be a refund of some sort? Taxes or?
Yes, they overpaid, that's
He
right.
overpaid
They
tax?
overpaid taxes, that's right.
Okay, it's an
Yes.
overpayment?
Yes, it's an overpayment of taxes.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, I'd entertain a motion then to pay the bills, please.
Yes, sorry.
Moved by Brian Kosky, seconded by John Jeffrey, motion to approve road and general voucher 05-2021 in the amount of $464,313.59.
Okay. Wait, I wondered why it was 464,000,
Oh.
the big wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
invoice,
okay.
yeah.
All those in favor? Carried. All right, is there anything else for our road superintendent before he leaves? Anybody? Okay, are you sure, Dean, you have anything else for us? Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, and I'll text you, okay? All right,
See you, Dean.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna move on to our community development officer. Hi, Chris, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are
Good,
you?
good, good.
Okay, item number one, Jumpstart. We were successful in receiving a grant to develop a frisbee golf program in the amount of $1,984.91. Thank you to Canadian Tire Jumpstart Program for funding this. We'll be developing this program in July. Ruby and I will be going to the park in Round Lake and designing the course. We've got 9 frisbee golf apparatuses, which are basically stands with chains on them. And then it's very similar to golf, except for you're using a frisbee. It's gonna be very fun. We'll have council out there if they wish, once we get it all designed, and we can play around.
There's no point, I mean, I beat them.
So, we can do a little tournament or something like that, but, this is very exciting. So we'll be developing this, like I said, in July.
Congratulations, I think that's great news for our taxpayers, so that's great.
Absolutely. Item number 2, real rewards. This is blowing up. I can't believe how.
You said you're out of tickets already? Thank God you gave me
I
one.
can't believe how much this is blowing up. We're almost out of tickets in every single municipality, all 6 partners. All the businesses, all the the community members I've talked to, they're thrilled about this. They love it. They love that it's a local rural thing. They love that, you know, it's the businesses that they love and it's coming out here, and it's just something really fun to kind of get everybody shopping local, to kind of stand behind that. It's not just words. And so every month there'll be a $15 draw in every municipality, and there's no cost to the business owners at all. So if there's any business owners out in the public who aren't a part of this already, they're more than welcome to join us. And then we'll be having our first draw July 1st, and we're gonna do that program all the way until Christmas and then see how it goes. But as it stands right now, it's blowing up. It's getting really, really good response. Right now, we've got 22 businesses in KHR on board.
Oh, more?
Yeah,
More than the
more.
19 on the sheet, good.
Yeah, we've got a couple more. A bunch of people have reached out to us and said, sign us up, bring me in. Like I'm really happy with the way it's taking off. And it's just something, it's kind of giving our small rural business owners a feel like they're really being supported by the municipality and by the public. So it's got a really good, feel to it as well. So I'm extremely happy with the way this is going. And this is a product of that working group that we have with the 6 municipalities working together, doing programming, and it's paying off. Really well.
Wonderful partnerships are what it's all about, so.
Absolutely. Item number 3, this is not on your, you want to add this in after, regarding the Irish Gathering, due to COVID-19 and.
Okay, what about this one?
What? It's
We
coming
changed it.
next.
We changed
I added in,
it.
yeah, they're in the same order, my apologies, council. They're in the same order, but I've added new ones that have come up, or this was the only one I forgot, the other ones have just come up, so.
Okay,
Due to COVID-19 and the many unknowns involved in stage 3 and beyond in the Ontario roadmap to recovery, unfortunately, we made the difficult decision to cancel the Irish Gathering this year. The decision basically came down to metrics and volunteers. Without a number on the end of the gathering sizes, it's impossible for us to basically project where we're going to be and what we're going to be able to do. So unfortunately, we had to cancel it. And again, it came down to volunteers. Volunteers was the #1 factor. Having so many dedicated volunteers, we're going to need over 30 volunteers, which is a lot of volunteers. And we had the power to do that. But to tell your volunteers basically hope and wait, it's very difficult with the summer and everything opening up or not opening up. So we decided based on those 2 things that we would, actually the suggestion was that we double down. So we take the money from this year, we save it up for next year, and we have a really big welcome back Irish Gathering celebration. And we kick it off and we make up for the lost time, the lost celebrations by having a double down event. And that was the suggestion of the committee.
yeah, and I'll ask, after you finish your report, I'll ask council those questions to vote on that, Brian.
Absolutely. Item number 4, KHR meets RCR. This was really cool, and I really hope that there's more things like this coming down the line.
You spelled my name wrong.
Oh, sorry. My computer has not been spelling things.
It's
and
okay, I don't get upset about stuff.
Haggerty's wrong too, there's only one.
And Haggerty's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Chris, don't mean to point this out, but you spelled it wrong.
My apologies.
Kidding.
So it says Mayor TJ had recently the opportunity to meet the commanding team of the Oscar Company from the 3rd Battalion of the Royal Canadian Regiment from Petawawa, while their soldiers conducted training at Ontario Airfield. Exercise Royal Cauldron was a mobile exercise conducted by the battalion and took advantage of the unique terrain that the airfield offers. So we went out there, we visited with their staff, and it was really good. And we're hoping that this can be more opportunities like this when they come for training, when they do things that we can involve, at least notify the public and support the military, but also hopefully in the future have some sort of meet and greet where the public can actually come out and see the machines and meet the soldiers. I'm sure the mayor will agree with me. We feel it's really important to support the military. And especially if we can just, they're right next door to us.
Yeah.
So it was a very great privilege for me to be able to go out there and meet RCR. And we hope this is just the beginning of these kinds of things where we can go out and support our military and as a municipality show that we really we care and support these kinds of things. So
So I'll just speak to it too. When we were Haggerty and Richards, we hosted the military, and we had them at the Round Lake rink, and they came with all different kind of equipment, and the public, COVID, this is, long before COVID, but the public then came and seen, and they showed the equipment and what they had and what they used, and met with the public just to tell them what they did and all that. And it was so successful, but that's 25 years ago, you know. But Chris and I walked right into, and Ruby, we walked right into, it was an exercise, but they were at war. And we were talking to people who a couple of minutes later were killed,
Yeah.
you know, in this exercise. So we were supposed to see the helicopter, and the helicopter was flying to meet with us, and it got shot down again. Not really, but as part of the mock, right? So then we didn't get to see the helicopter because most of their equipment was, what's the word I'm looking for? Confiscated or.
Confiscated,
Yeah,
yeah,
confiscated.
by the enemy.
But yeah, so when we were there, this is the only thing they had left. So they brought it out so I could, but they were quick to move it because they didn't want to lose that too as part of this exercise. It was wonderful. And so anyways, Chris did a lot of work on this. And again, on behalf of council, I sent best wishes to these soldiers, and they told me that in Afghanistan,
Yeah.
it's 50 degrees.
It's a little hot,
But it's no humidity.
dry.
But it's dry, but it's still, and they were showing me the packs and everything they had to carry. I was, as you can see, I'm dressed very light and I was sweating, and they're dressed in these, all the gear and all that. So amazing what they have to go through on the Canadians' behalf. So anyways, I hope that council will support me when we do talk with them, if we can have an open house and we could sponsor that. So, okay.
Item number 5, the environmental action tour.
What a wonderful picture.
Yeah, another really huge success. 161 bags of garbage, which almost near 1.5 times the amount, or almost double the amount that we had last year. 85 participants, 29 teams, 22 roadways. Some extremely strange and unusual garbage as per usual. I'd like to take this opportunity for the public that, same as the hazardous waste day, a lot of these items could have been recycled. A lot of these items we do take at our waste recovery site. And so as much as this is a point to celebrate our great community who gets out there and supports the environment, it's also an opportunity to basically say, you know, a lot of these things can be taken to the waste recovery site, and that you do check our sorting guide, because a lot of this stuff could be diverted. Save yourself driving some back road, just stop at your local waste recovery site and we'll take it for you. So a huge success, lots of really good feedback. Everybody loved the shirts. The shirts was a huge thing. You could see them all over the road.
Yes, it was perfect.
Everybody loved it. So next year, what we're going to do is have a environmental action soiree for the night before, so that everyone can come meet council, everyone could talk and get some chance to meet some new people, as well as have a meal together, and hopefully create a culture around like-minded people and individuals, so that we can get more people out doing this, and hopefully have more cleanups on people doing volunteer time like that. But a huge success, extremely happy with the way that it turned out. Item number 6.
Say something?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
We were talking about recyclable. Ted and I did the Ruby Road there. It wasn't very far, and
0.8 o'clock.
0.8, and you wouldn't believe the stuff. But I'd say 97 to 98% of it is recyclable. People are throwing it. I just drove down again the other day, Dave. There's more
Oh.
plastic bottles and stuff in the ditch.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, take it home and put it in your
And you
recycle.
recycle, it doesn't cost you anything.
But it's, I'd say 97, 98% recyclable. And the booze bottles, you get 10 cents for.
And it goes to recreation if you want.
And it does, okay. Continue, Chris?
Item number 6, shop to the heart. I kind of just came up with that name. So on June 16th, the mayor, myself, Jock Burke, visited the staff at Barry's Bay Vaccine Clinic to donate gift certificates for Beaver Tails, Creekside Grill, and the Fresh Mart. This is part of an initiative that we're working on with the Beaver Tails. If you remember in the past, we had branded with them for the Killaloo, Beaver Tails through the Killaloo Sunrise Foundation. And so this is kind of this 2.0 version of this. So this was the first initiative. Jock had come up to me and said, you know, I went and got my inoculation, and I was really just blown away with how amazing the staff were there, and the mayor and I shared that sentiment about how we should be reaching back. So this is part of a program where they basically have a shared cost, and it's on community initiatives and advertising. The second stage of this, and I'll bring this to council when we're ready to get this going, but they really want to focus on the idea that basically they couldn't have made Beaver Tails without Killaloe. How Killaloe, the village, had a huge part in welcoming these people who might have been considered outcasts, who might have been considered, different, and welcomed in by an extremely welcoming community, extremely supportive community. And so the idea is a play on words of the name Beaver Tales, but basically it's Beaver Tales, and it's a series of short stories that we're hoping to do on the radio or through film, that we can tell this story of how Killaloe, an area specifically, was such a welcoming and wonderful place that it inspired them or made them be able to create this, because they've said out of their own mouths, without Killaloe an area, we would not have been able to do this because we would not got the support that we did from the community. So that's number one. And the second one coming was wayfinding signage. So if you've noticed, as a project we're working on with the BIA, you'll know that there's not a lot of notification about Killaloe on the road. And we do have the existing signage for the Beaver Tails, but in very small letters and hard to see is Killaloe, Ontario. It doesn't say the exits. It doesn't say anything like that. So it's very difficult for a person who's not from Killaloe or the area to know where Killaloe necessarily is because of the signs on the road. So my idea that I came up with was a wayfinding signage, but by using an exclamation mark, so it'd be an expansion of the existing sign, and it would basically be like, look for me, and it would be the beaver's tail, but out of the tail would be an exclamation mark. So using I'll come up, when I pitch it properly, I'll have the actual design and everything for council to approve, but basically what it's going to be is the shape of a beaver's tail in the shape of an exclamation mark that will show people, look with an arrow, this is where to go to follow for the Beaver Tails for, to get into the downtown core, because the signs that we have that we've already partnered with, they literally are very difficult to find out where you are at this point in time. You're flying down the road, it's Killaloe, where's Killaloe, you're already gone past it. So these are just some of the ideas that we're spinning around. Obviously we'll have something better to come up for council with, but this so that you're aware, these are the kind of projects that we're working on with the hookers and the Verks and Killaloe Haggerty Richards to be able to do some community events and advertising. Item number 7, the paddleboard. Somehow I have one of the only paddleboards probably in North America. And
I seen some driving by, they're on your lock and key, everybody's hanging on to their
yeah,
paddleboard.
so we had originally reached out to the store in Barry's Bay to get a paddleboard. They had no guarantees from their supplier, and then very recently they sent me an email basically saying we cannot get them, no one in Canada can get them. Very few people have access to them because of the supply chain issues and all kinds of things like that. And then Played Against Sports in Pembroke posted, hey, we have some paddleboards, and I was pretty much there right away to be like, hey, can we get one? Come check it out. So it's called the Blue North Dover, and it's going to be available at the Lending Hub. This is what it looks like here in the picture. It's got a little storage container, comes with a paddle, and just another addition to our lending library to get people out and active, especially now during the pandemic. Item number 8, this is not on your package here, but it's regarding the newsletter. Currently I have 3 pages of material that cannot fit into the newsletter. It's becoming more and more difficult to fit all the content in. I'm reaching out to more and more people. We're getting more and more contribution. It's getting increasingly difficult to try to frame the newsletter so that everyone gets even a small little piece. What the issue was this year is we really wanted to, especially for the environmental action tour, we wanted to have a full page for the environmental action tour to get noticed, all the pictures, all the great things in the community. But even at that, I'm struggling to get everyone's in. I have at least 3 pages of extra material that I can't fit into this newsletter. And I'm talking, I've already tried to cut a lot of things out and reduce a lot of things. So next budget, I would like to explore a way to expand this newsletter because I'm getting more and more content than I've ever had. But for now, I would like to get council's permission to add another page, which is basically one big page folded in half, which creates 4 pages for an added cost of $172 for our July and August newsletter. That's just for this newsletter. And in the future, what I'd like to propose is an expansion based on an advertising plan that would basically cut the cost, eat the cost of the expansion, so that we don't have to pay anything for expanding it. But at this point in time, I cannot literally fit everything we need to fit into this. I have at least 3 pages extra of material, so I'm asking for council's permission to be able to spend that extra $172 to be able to add that in. Item number 10, the Visitor Information Center. It's going to be open on July 6th. One thing I'm doing a lot differently this year is I've realized you come to the Visitor Information Center and there's all these other things, but there's nothing really about Killaloo and Eric. And I really didn't like that. So what I'm trying to do is basically make it more KHR centralized. Project Ruby, our summer student is working on right now, is creating a book of all the businesses with the business owners' names, what kind of products they sell, and categorizing them based off the business directory that I had made. And the idea of this is to give it to our staff at the Visitor Information Center and basically have them, when someone comes in, that we give them a local option first. That when they come looking for a car repair, when they come looking for a place to buy groceries, when they come looking for entertainment, they go to KHR first. And then they have all the other Ottawa Valley stuff going on, of course, in there, but it's more centralized. So what Barry's Bay does is they do a brochure drop off. We have been getting some throughout this last week, but basically it would be from the 28th, 29th, and 30th that businesses could come with their business cards, with their brochures, their menus, whatever, and bring it to us in one central place, and then we'll display it properly all in the Visitor Information Center, so that when you come in, it's almost like a point of sale. Killaloo, Hagerty Richards is first, and then if you want to explore somewhere else, of course, we'll tell you, but that this training and that the information is centralized to our local businesses.
Perfect.
Item
That was
number,
number 9?
that was,
You had, number 8 was the newsletter?
yeah, number 10. So I added in, so 2 things that got added into this one was the newsletter, which is number 8, and the
What's number 9?
number 3, the Irish Gathering. So
Okay,
you'll be one number behind everything. So
okay.
but the title would be Visitor Information Center. This
Okay.
one would be item number 11 on mine, probably item 9 on yours, titled Events.
Okay,
So Canada Day, we're ready to go. We've got everything figured out with Bob. We did have a bit of an issue with the blast launch at Shelmore Park. The company had basically used Bonashire Park's picture to make the schematic and then realized that it's not the right place. So that's their error, and what they've decided to do is give us the barge for free that we had originally wanted to do. And so they'll be sending the barge out and launching it off. So to the public, to everyone, you'll be able to watch from Cheryl Boyle Park out on your boat, as well as online. In Killaloo, you'll be able to watch from your home or online or in your car. And we just ask that due to the regulations that they not gather on municipal property. And if they do choose to gather, that they keep their 6-foot distance and follow all provincial health guidelines. Sensational, this is the Sandcastle project with all the 5 municipalities for this one. It's running June 1st to August 31st. So if you or your grandkids or your kids or anything like that want to build some sandcastles, there's $875 up for prizes, and you can actually win multiple times. Swim lesson registration is June 29th. And with the lessons starting on July 5th and running until August 13th. The digital duck race, July 1st, if you may have seen, we did our first video. It's got 600 views right now with over 1,300 people. I'm pretty happy with this one. It turned out really well.
awesome.
Getting a lot of really good feedback. So we're going to be filming the actual race next weekend or this weekend. And then the launch of the video will be July 1st. You can expect all the similar antics and fun and shenanigans. However, now I've got Ruby, who was a big contributor to this thing. It's kind of like letting 2 cats out of the bag. We're just spinning off all these ideas, so you can expect that there's going to be a lot of really funny and fun things coming out of this next video. So something to look forward to for sure for Canada
I
Day.
watched the.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how you made that stupid duck jump. I was,
we had fishing line and we.
well, that's why I couldn't see it.
Yeah, and it was just all about the angles. We had actually made the fake duck dojo out of old library shelves
Okay.
and posted it all up. It's amazing what you can do with a little camera magic.
Well, it
So,
just looked like it was bouncing and
Yeah.
yeah, I found it cute. It was cute.
yeah, it's always just, the ducks is always, everybody always loves them, and it's just, it's a very kooky thing and it fits well in our community and everybody seems to love it, so. So the last one, other updates. Instagram, we're slowly getting followers. We're up to 135 right now. Ruby is taking care of that. She's doing a really good job. She knows a lot of stuff about Instagram and their algorithms and stuff like that. So it's good to have her to be able to help develop that. She's still doing stock photos and stuff like that too, so that whenever she leaves, I'll have extra photos to use throughout the year, so that we don't have to constantly look for photos. The BIA, we've been meeting regularly with the sign design. We're basically still, we're developed a letterhead and they're reaching out to the community now for funding, which I feel like they'll be successful with for the remaining 2,500. Flowers are in, they're installed, everything's ready to go. Today, we went down to the food bank and actually got an opportunity to volunteer there firsthand and see how it all works. I feel like I'm going to try to do that more with some of the programs going on in the community. It really helps to see firsthand how these things work and how what they do. So it was a really big eye opener to me to see that. And so I'm really happy that I did do that. Stone Fence Theater, we've been talking with Ish and they have planned to come for July 14th to Kill Lou. However, it'll all depend on the regulations and restrictions. And so we'll see what that will entail, but what they plan to do is probably just push it back if they can't. But I met with them to talk about the stage expansion and everything like that. And they're very happy with everything.
They're gonna go ahead and build that expansion.
They're gonna go ahead and build it tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
So basically the stage extension will stay there until the end of the summer. They're gonna construct it so that's safe and it's following all the rules and the guidelines and stuff. And we talked about placement of porta potties and the audience and where everything's gonna go.
They filled out the special event.
They're doing their special event permit. So they're very helpful, they're very good to work with, and
They're so excited.
I personally am genuinely excited that they're coming. It's a really big thing to have them back here in Kilda.
Good for the community,
Absolutely.
good for Kilda Hickory.
Finally, the last thing on a personal note, I would like to say thank you to council, staff, the community. As you know, it's been an extremely difficult month, fire, a lot of other things happening. I just deeply appreciate all your supports, thoughts, and prayers of kindness. And I'm eternally grateful for that. So on a personal note to everyone in the community and all of you, thank you. Thank you very much. And that's my report.
All right, let's go back to the start. You'll have to keep me on the narrow because the numbers are all mixed up. Number 1, Jumpstart, the Frisbee golf, comments. Awesome, okay. Oh, sorry, did you have a comment?
No.
Oh, why did I see you? Okay. Oh. Item number 2. Good, congratulations. Item number 3.
Irish Gathering.
That's the Irish.
Irish Gathering?
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 is the Irish Gathering. Brian,
Yeah.
Go ahead, you want to talk about it?
Like Chris mentioned in his report, we had at our last committee meeting, we discussed it and came up with the decision to cancel it for this year. The biggest issue again was the volunteers, which we felt we couldn't hold them to be responsible to, and then us come at the last minute and say we can't do it because of numbers and et cetera. So that was the biggest reason for putting it off. We also discussed, again, like Chris said, about the funding. In our budget, I think we budgeted for $15,000 for Irish Gathering. So we were hoping to, I said I'd bring it to council and see if we could put that money, which is already budgeted, aside and add it to next year's Irish Gathering for like this as a double, a bigger, better, hopefully event, which we may, be able to get more people involved and
Safely.
Safely, yes. Exactly. So I guess what we want is
Your commitment?
commitment or permission from the rest of council to use that with the money that we budgeted for this year.
Okay, so Brian is asking council, we have the money in the budget. We we had to cancel just because of COVID concerns and protection of our volunteers. So we're asking council for a commitment of putting that 15,000, I think, Brian, you said, eh?
That's what we have
And then
budgeted.
next year, we can double that amount. It would be no further impact because we normally have the 15 and 15. So we would put the 15 aside, ask Sue to do that, and then next year we'd have the 30,000, which we can do a lot more with.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Chris promised that he could come up with some great ideas.
Yeah, he said he can come up with a lot more
And
great
I have to
ideas.
believe him.
Okay, so is there any questions of Brian or Chris on that issue before I call for the vote? Okay, those in favor of putting that money aside and increasing it to 30,000 for next year, show of hands. Thank you, unanimous. Okay, number 4 is I don't know.
Our KHR needs our scared.
Oh, okay, any questions on that? Okay. Number 5 is the environmental action tour, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Any questions on that? Congratulations. Wow, what a success. It's growing and growing, I'm so happy.
And a lot of other municipalities and places are catching on too, they're starting to do
Yes.
their own, so people are seeing the environment matters and really.
I still want to credit the council and Chris from KHR, we started this. And I'm so glad that other municipalities have, caught on and they're all doing the same thing. But I believe we need to take the credit. I have to throw that. Number 6, shot to the heart. Number 7, the paddle board. Number 8, yeah, 8 just moved it. Sorry?
I'd like to see the mayor go down the creek on it.
Without a paddle.
Boy, you guys are getting meat. See, Chris, what I put up with. I'd have to practice for a couple days before I
Yeah,
was
start
just
at
a
the
show.
top of the dam and go down to the lower bridge.
Oh, go down the thing down there? Like, okay. What I'll do is, I'll do it and then Chris can tell you about it later. Number 8 is the newsletter. So he's looking for $172 to add the page because of isn't it wonderful that it's growing and that's good news. So show of hands that we give him that. Okay, you've got that, okay. Number 9 is what?
The visitor information center.
Okay, the brochure drop off, I think that's really good. And that's such a wonderful idea. Let's promote KHR first and then our surrounding communities. I think that's wonderful. Any comments on, no, go ahead.
Just a question, so what's the hours or what days is it open? Or
Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 4, yeah.
10 to 4,
Yeah.
Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
10 to 4. Any further comments or questions? Okay, then number, what?
11, the events.
Events, okay? Lots of good events? Yeah, go ahead.
I was talking to James all day, he said he emailed
Well,
or texted you or.
Yes.
Yeah, I got them, I'm gonna email them tomorrow morning and
Okay.
just get the flag.
So what I did is I sent his
Yeah.
request to,
So we do have a place, like we will put it up or?
Yeah, we can find a place, I'll have to discuss with him exactly where he wants to put it. and how
now
that's
we have a special flag that Cheryl Gallant gave to this municipality. And it's a flag that was flown on the anniversary, Canada's anniversary. And there was only so many flags that flew at Parliament Hill, and this is one of them. And she gave to just certain municipalities, and we were lucky to get one. So we have it here somewhere. So that's the flag that we like to
Where
fly.
does it normally go?
Well, it's usually on.
So James goes to the school, and puts so you could film that flag going up.
Mhm.
And then, after that, everybody sang "Oh Canada," and then the fireworks would start. So James wants to know if we still want them, and then where and how, so, okay?
Yeah, I mean, like the flag had it,
Yeah.
so it's ready, because some years.
Yeah, well-
Before it lost.
Well, that's it, we couldn't find it one year,
One year, yes, we couldn't find it.
and that was the year she gave it to us.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going,
I will reach out to James tomorrow and sort that all out. And if I can't put it at the school, what about maybe the fire hall, or is there a specific place that, it's on a flagpole that it goes, or on a fire truck?
on
No,
boom
on the
truck.
boom truck, he does it. So his truck is there and he raises the boom and the flag goes up. And so there's lots of room there, and-
Okay,
okay? So that's where it should be, then you're allowed to film it and, so that everybody can see and then, it would be nice if you could put on your tape, "Oh Canada" or something.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Good, thank you, Ted, for bringing that up. Anything else on any of the other events? All right, the other updates then? Of course, we're all happy that Stone Fence has agreed to come to Killaloe. That's really exciting news for our community. And we want to welcome them and thank you to the staff for helping them through the permit process and making everything so that it'll be successful for them. And we welcome them to Killaloe. Is there any comments on other updates from anybody? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was told to tell Chris, there's, one of the taxpayers said, let Chris know there's a lot of people in Killaloe who's really satisfied with what you're doing and how easy you are to work with.
Thank you, I really appreciate that,
I was told to tell you.
but thank you.
It's so important, council, that you share those things with staff. It's so important. Anything at all for Chris? Anything further for Chris? Oh, sorry.
Well, maybe just when Chris is here,
Mhm.
I brought it up at the last meeting, I've been contacted by Darcy Lacombe,
Oh, yes.
Mm.
with Indigenous,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes.
so I was talking to her last night there, and, her idea, she works for, it's not children's aid,
Community
but
living?
it's-
Family and children's.
It's not community living anymore, but it's the same type of thing, but it's with the children.
Yeah, that's the Phoenix Center? I heard, I
No,
thought-
but it's, she deals with the same kind of people that community living does with, but just children.
Okay.
Mm,
And
So not
Lori
adults.
told me the name, but I can't remember.
Okay. And it matters.
But anyways, she just was wondering if we, as a municipality, would do anything to honor these children.
Yeah.
And she has an outside chair that she keeps on her deck, a wooden one, and she's painted it orange.
Mhm.
And she's wondering if the township would like to put it at a fountain or in the park.
Wow.
And through her work, she talked to the right people and get something printed up
Okay.
with the history of that, and we could
I
just
think
leave
we
it
should
there.
do that. What about right
I think
here?
it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful too, and she's, willing to share with us.
Yeah, I think it would go really good in the fountain area.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just
well, it
maybe
is a
get-
nice little sitting area.
Especially in orange, it'll be
It will
right
stand out,
standard.
and maybe it will get people
More
to stop
recognition of it,
there
yeah.
to-
Yeah, sit.
But, yeah, so
So, does she, do you need permission then from us to just give her the go, or does she want to share a plan with you and you want to bring it back, or what's?
well, her plan basically is what I just
Putting
told
the
you.
chair and
donate
getting the sign.
chair and
Yeah.
getting signage or something.
Perfect.
Maybe if it's gonna be a permanent thing, maybe us as a township could get something more permanent made.
Okay,
Like a plaque or something.
Like, yeah, so,
okay. Well, let's let her do that, and then maybe we could give that job to Chris about what we could do in a more permanent.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Okay.
possibly reaching out to some of our arts partners like
Yeah.
Open Chaos and stuff like that and seeing in the future what they might wanna do, because I think as a community reconciliation project, having more people into it and participating in that is really gonna be important. But I think this is a wonderful first step in the
Yeah,
right
I think so
direction.
too.
Absolutely.
So give her some permission, and council, show of hands. So give her permission to go ahead with the chair, council, do you agree, we'll put it here at the fountain? I think it's a good job.
the only thing is we'll have to figure out some way that we can sort of secure it so it
Yeah.
doesn't walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
and Dean talk about that? Okay, and you could talk to Ted then, if you wanna talk to Dean about that, and then, you could get back to
Okay.
Ted, okay? Everybody good with that?
Mhm.
Thank you for bringing that up, it's real good. And anything else for Chris?
Well, I tried to question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
stone fence there now.
Yeah.
When they're doing this, whatever they put on, is it gonna be seating available or is it?
Yes.
Or they will have chairs?
They are apparently, bringing some picnic tables. They would like to use the ones that we have before in the park. In addition to that, they'll be, getting seating from the Lions.
Yeah.
And bringing it all over. And their plan is to basically, pop up and shut down show where at the end, everything's cleaned up.
Yeah.
They leave it all tight, so there's no anything like that. But that is their plan, is to get chairs from the Lions and as well as picnic tables.
And how many people will be
He
permitted?
said about 100. he
It
told
will all
me.
depend on the provincial rules.
Yeah, it depends what's happening on the
Yeah.
date that they do it,
Yeah.
but he was hoping for about 100, he said, if everything goes well. I also passed on to him that, if they're interested in talking to Granny's Pantry, for anything else that they're looking at, that would be up to them, but the municipal property is alcohol free.
They've also confirmed to me today that they will be buying as much as they can locally.
And I also encourage them to do that, yes, I told them that, and that's good.
And the business owners through the BIA all support this. And they're doing whatever they can to support them. So there's a couple things in motion where they've got some options, but all depend on what they want to do. The problem will be basically what's feasible with the amount of
Yes,
people and all those things like that. So it's very much touch and go.
Yeah.
But whenever they decide to do, we'll be ready. And like I said, they're working through the special event bylaw permit. And they're working really well with us, so I can't see any issues. It will be just basically touch and go for the numbers.
Well, thank you for helping them through that, and as I said, Kilnoo, the community, we welcome them here. We hope that they make their home here, so anyways, we'll see how it goes, and we wish them the greatest success. And Chris, thank you for supporting them through, and I know Sue, you're working on that permit, and that's good. Okay, anything further for Chris?
The only thing I think, I seen it in our package, I don't know if it falls, it's regarding the facility rental request at the Round Lake Rec Center for a shower, a bridal shower. From Lisa Utron.
It's on, that was on your desk tonight.
Oh, tonight, because I didn't read that anywhere. Okay.
Yeah. Did you get to see it, Chris?
No.
I'll hand you this one, Chris, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah, you were doodling on it, yeah, so that way Chris can see. Because I know we used to have the rental, so.
Yeah, we still have that in place.
Yeah,
We have a rental agreement.
yeah,
Thank you.
There's a cost, right?
yeah, but it's, because of now the COVID rules and stuff like that. but-
Council sorry, I'll give you a minute to read it. I didn't read it. CZ 557, right?
You could go hunting with the boys.
I go hunting with the boys. Very nice. He could get crossbow, because he's got a ticket too, so I'll use the rifle, he can use the bow.
You don't need a car, for the
You don't need a what?
the license.
No, but
Possession.
he's gonna win prize, I'm gonna win prize one, he wins prize two, so then we're gonna go out hunting. Hunting we can go. Okay, everybody read it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're asking for permission, those that agree, and then they would sign a rental agreement, it's $25 to rent it. What's, everybody that agrees, put your hand up. Good, so we can say yes, okay.
I just
Thank
want to
you,
make
Deb.
sure Chris got to see it.
No, that's just, yeah, because that's you probably gonna be working on that.
Yeah. I think if they have any questions or anything, they should probably talk to Chris, because Chris has been the guy dealing back and forth with the.
Well, there's a
health unit
process,
website,
we
so-
have a process policy in that, so they
Yeah.
can follow through with it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And just to confirm, Sue, you will respond back and then I'll follow up for support?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And the only other thing is, Chris, did you see we have a silver chain? The county sent that to us.
Oh, what is the solution?
It's a bike. You walk, it's simple, you have to create a profile and then input the distance you walk, run, bike, swam, or paddle through a month.
Okay.
And
The
then
thing
people,
is, through the month of June, we've got a week left.
well, I got this, I just got it. I got it.
Yeah,
And my apologies, I haven't seen it.
Well, no, but yeah, we just got it today, that says that it, you know, it's for the month of
Yeah,
June.
but where does it say June? Oh, there.
Yeah, throughout the month of June,
Well, yeah, we just got it today.
yeah.
Obviously, they don't want KHR in the silver chain. All right, anything else in the package that we want to share with Chris? Okay, thank you very much, Chris.
Welcome.
We'll talk on Friday.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna go to you, Sue, then. Can I have your report, please?
Okay, so we talked about facility rental. On your desk, I gave you tonight a package of all the emails regarding the road spraying
Okay,
and all the comments, so.
so let's stop there then.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody has put my name on the thing, and that's why I'm getting them all. What's
What's on your desk tonight?
There's a pile like this. Good night,
Good night,
Chris.
everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
About the spring,
Thank you, Chris.
Yes,
I got a call
That
about
was
that
me.
yesterday.
yeah, there's lots of comments about it.
Okay, so let's Lee, can I just read Lee's response and then we'll talk about it?
And I printed off all the brochures on the pesticides, so if anybody wants to look at them, they're like, there's 4 different safety data sheets, describing the herbicides that they're using, which I sent to each of the people who
Have asked the
commented.
question?
Yes, plus Lee's response.
Okay, good. Anybody want to add anything? You want to do anything more? We've been sending them directly to Lee.
Just a question. We really don't have any say in it, right?
No.
Like, we can put a concern in.
Yeah, that's what Sue said to me, what can we do? And I said, I think these people are asking us to say that we're sending the concerns of the ratepayers of Brantford County concerns. So I don't know if you want to send a letter back to Lee Perkins and say something more, or if it's adequate.
Well, I think we should, I think Carol talked to the same person I talked to yesterday, Ree.
Yeah.
And,
Who?
Ree,
Oh, Reed Polly.
yeah,
She's
she's the tie-dye.
Oh,
she's
yes,
the
yes,
tie-dye
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Okay,
And
so,
they have a bunch of them together and they're gonna keep pushing it as well, so I think we should give them the support.
okay, so then, do you want to support them then by writing a letter to the county saying that the county should address their concern?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ted is suggesting that we write the county of Renfrew saying that we've had emails coming from concerned residents of Brantford County, and that this township asks that they respond to their concerns. Does that sound okay, everybody? Okay, those in favor of that? Okay, Sue, then I'll leave that with you. Okay,
All right, so you talked about the fire ban. So there, I also put on your desk tonight, there's an email from Pat DeSalvio, the
Oh.
OPD commander.
the OPD, yeah?
Yes, so he is,
Oh, yeah, here,
so if you want, do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
I'll just read it. Okay.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's a neat idea.
Yeah, okay, council, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell them I will join them. Okay. Anything else, Sue?
No, that's it for me.
Okay, does anybody have anything for Sue before, okay, go ahead.
Should we tell the public what this is about? I think it's great. Publicity.
Well, how would you like to
Because
tell?
we're on, we're live
Well,
on
just
air.
go for the,
Okay, let's wait, eh?
okay.
We're on the
I
air,
just
that's what
want
I'm
to
saying.
say through the.
Oh, I see.
To the public.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Hi Susan, hope this email finds you doing well. My peers, the department commanders from UOV and REFU, shared a wonderful community engagement initiative with me that I'd like to propose to municipal leadership within the OPP Killeen detachment area. With the gradual reopening of Ontario, would a township of KHR municipal leader, like the mayor, be interested in partnering with me to do foot patrol in your business area to do a wellness check on local businesses and give them our best wishes for a successful and fruitful reopening? I'm sure we'd run into community members on our walks and we can engage with them as well. Your thoughts? Thank you, Pat, Detachment Commander Staff Sergeant of the Killeen Detachment. So council has then given me the authorization to go ahead and meet with Pat and we can do this initiative. Sounds like a really good way of reopening our businesses, so. Okay, thank you, Pearl. All right, let's move on then. Sue, is there anything else?
No.
Is there anything for Sue, anybody? All right, let's move on then to, oh, sorry.
This other thing from Glenn Davis, that's for us to.
That's in correspondence.
That's further down.
Further down, no, correspondence.
You got the new agenda?
Yes,
Is
the
that-
agenda
Yes,
is
and
on
the new-
correspondence.
All right, anything else for Sue? Okay, we're going then to committee reports. We need to pass the minutes of Personnel Committee,
Yeah.
April 14th.
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, seconded by Carl Peel, motion to approve the minutes of the Personnel Committee meeting held on April 14th, 2021, open and closed sessions.
Discussion? All those in favor? It's carried. Okay, then we'll pass the, no other bylaws, that's only written. Okay, let's go to correspondence then. And again, council, I'm going to go relatively quickly. If there's something that you want to address, then stop me. Why do I have this one first?
Because that was, no, that was the,
That's from
first
Bob.
Oh, it says, thank you from Sherwood.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have it in your package, sorry.
That's okay.
Nice thank you card from Shaw Woods Outdoor Education Center. Thank you for the generous donation to Shaw Woods Outdoor Education Center. We are looking forward to the end of this pandemic and to the return of our student groups. Your donation will assist us in getting organized with PPE and extra staff for cleaning so that everyone can be safe. We are looking at producing new and exciting programs for our students. A donation received is included. On behalf of the board of directors, I send our regards to Janice EJ. We miss her at our meetings. Carol Campbell, Treasurer, Shaw Woods Outdoor Education Center.
That's very nice of them to say so. Okay, business, Ottawa Valley business. Comments? All right. The CRC, thank you for the donation. Comments? The Township of Boncha Valley, reconsider timelines under the Planning Act. The next one is resolution expanding products sold at the farmer's market. St. Francis Foundation, thank you. Waste management presentation to county council, then this is the one that I talked about, this is our future. Any comments or questions on that? We'll keep on top of that, I'll keep you informed. Decommissioning of communications center in Smith Falls. And George, request for a crosswalk in front of KPS. Did we not do that already?
No, because it came back that Lee Perkins said,
Oh, they want us to do it.
they said that they would do a mid-block pedestrian crossing, would need to follow county's pedestrian crossing policies, so the municipality would be responsible for it as it corresponds with pedestrian traffic and sidewalk. If the municipality is in favor of this, they will need to send a request to the, by a resolution to the county, and we would conduct a technical review.
We have to pay for that. Council, they want us to maintain it and they want us to pay for it. Yeah, Carl.
In Barry's Bay there, I was there all the time, they have people, guiding the kids across the road and then stopping the cars. Who pays for that? The school boards? Or-
Yeah,
School board, yeah.
Well, why don't we have it here?
Well, the school board is asking us to pay for it.
Well, how come they pay for it up there and they don't pay for it here?
I'm wondering if we shouldn't send a letter to the school board, and wondering why we don't.
Crossing guards, like.
Crossing guards.
It-
Not only does every other township have them, they would give them blank to somebody in our township.
Yeah.
I was under the understanding that the municipality pays for them.
In Madawaska Valley? I don't know.
Yeah,
We could
I
find,
could be wrong.
we could find out.
Yeah,
Find out if the school board's paying in Madawaska Valley, why aren't they paying here? If it's, if that's the fact.
Well, why don't we put this on hold then and wait till we find that out?
yeah.
And then council can base their decision on.
It is dangerous down there with that corner,
It's just how further does this municipality have to spread,
I
right?
know, I'm just saying, if the school board's paying other places, well,
Well, absolutely. But they could have done it before and now they've changed the policy, or now, but anyways, we need to find that out.
Now, Barry's Bay, they do have crosswalks, but they're just like courtesy
Yeah.
crosswalks. They're not.
but the crossing guards are right at where they came out of, St.
But the
John
school
Bosco.
board, the school board, I know we had a request one time that we pay for that staff. The school board asked us to pay for the staff to do that. So, and we said no, but, we should find out who is paying and then council can base it on a decision, right? More informed.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay with that? So we can bring it to the next meeting and?
Yeah.
Brian?
So are we asking for crosswalks or are we asking for crossing guards? It's two different things.
Absolutely.
I'd say crossing guards would be more active than.
I agree with Carol, I think we have
They're right,
them,
yeah.
definitely have them in various days, so,
They
We
definitely
just-
help them in Meganville too, it seems.
yeah, so we should look.
I guess we need to find out who's paying for it. And then you can be, if it is the municipality, well, then it's up to us to decide whether we want to put those people on our payroll. Okay. Okay, so Sue, you'll look after that?
Yes.
Community services, capital gains tax. Chatham Ken. Nobody wants to support anything today. Corporation of the Township of Bossier Valley. Kingsville, Ontario. Act to amend certain acts. Honest to God. It's about firearms. Have to be careful about that. NMAH, entering step 1 on the roadmap to reopen. Ottawa Valley newsletter. Okay, then we got Lynn Davis's, this is new, right? I didn't read this. What's,
It's on Bill 257, supporting broadband and infrastructure expansion. It's all information regarding.
I'd like to put this off till next, so we can read all the.
okay.
There's a lot of info in there. It's a big
Okay, so
block.
let's table that till the next meeting. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah,
That'll
it's a
give you
lot.
some time to have a look-see. And then we looked at the silver change challenge, which is over. Okay, all right, any new business? Ted?
Well, yeah, so Danny Sullivan approached
Oh, yes, yes.
3 of us on Saturday. He's looking for a better rate on cleaning up his burnt house and for the tipping fees.
Okay.
He asked us to bring it to council.
He wants an exemption or a lowering of?
He never really said, well, the way he talked to me is lowering.
You want a break on,
A break.
on the pricing.
Okay.
I did have a quick chat with him there. And I did sort of explain to him that if we do it for one, we have to do it for everybody.
Still has to ask.
What's that?
He still asks that you ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still wanted it brought
All right.
to council.
Okay, any comments or questions on Mr. Sullivan's ask? Brian?
Just a comment, I think, did we not already turn down a couple that have right in town here and for Run Lake?
Yeah, we did.
For the same thing, so I guess we have to be careful how we.
It'd be the same as the place around by the center there.
No, we've had other people ask, and I believe we've said no to all of them, but is there any further questions of Teddy or whoever the three were that were there?
It was Stanley, Teddy and I.
Okay. Okay, so show of hands then, that those that agreed, we give him an exemption. Pick your hand up if you want to give him a break. Okay, so could we, did you say you'd get back to?
To clarify, not that we don't want to, it's we can't.
Okay,
Uh,
all right. I think
It's not
Brian's,
that I don't want to help them, but we can't because.
it would set a precedent like Brian. Okay, sorry, different wrong saying of words.
We got words, yeah.
All right, anything else under new business? Anybody?
I just have something.
Okay,
Who's gonna get back to me?
that's right, who's getting back?
Oh,
Okay, so you can say you did.
You said you would today.
He said it.
I don't look for you, sorry.
Okay,
So if he does happen to call off, you can tell him that I will be in contact with him or give
Yeah.
him my cell number.
Yeah.
And also we can find him.
okay. Any other new business, old business? Okay, I entertain a motion to go in camera.
We have to turn off the camera.
Moved by Debbie Kuplinski, seconded by Carl Keel, be it resolved that council move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act as amended for the following reason. Personnel matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay,